Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing another Get Ready with me, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some things that I got in PR from Wet n Wild. They sent me their holiday collection. I have been using the eyeshadow palette all week long, so I can give you my thoughts on the palette. This is the second time that I've used the brushes, so I can give you like more of my thoughts on them today. And thank you so much Wet n Wild for sending me these products. This is not a sponsored video. They just sent it to me and I wanted to share these products with you guys. So thank you so much. I feel so grateful to be on their PR list. But if you guys would like to get ready with me and see my thoughts on these products, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, good morning. So I'm just having my coffee and getting ready for the day. First, I'm going to go ahead and do my skincare. So I'm just going to moisturize my face with my First Day Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. And then I'm going to go in with my sunscreen, which this is what I use for my sunscreen. And I will link these products down below. And then after I apply these, I'm going to use the Believe Beauty Pretty and Primed Stay Put, I was gonna say long wearing, Stay Put makeup primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these three products off camera and then I will come back. And then I also went ahead and moisturized my lips with my Fresh Sugar Lemon Hydrating Lip Balm. For my foundation today, I'm gonna be using the Revlon Color Stay, and I'm getting super low on these two shades. I usually mix 150 and 180, but I mean, I don't know. I might be able to get away with just using 150. And I'm happening to use this little spatty tool that I got at Walmart to help like scrape out the last bits of this foundation. I might just see what 150 looks like actually, and then if it's too light, I'll use a little bit of 180, but I'm probably gonna have to go back and forth like scraping some of this out, and hopefully my lights are good. The sun's kind of coming up right now. It's pretty early, not like too early. It's 8 o'clock, so I guess, yeah, it's not early at all. That's like late for me because you guys know I get up at like the crack of dawn. Most like work days I'm up at 4:30 a.m. because I go to the gym before I go to work. So this morning, today is Sunday, so I got up. I'm sorry I'm not looking at you guys. I'm like literally trying to scrape the last bits of this out. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna be able to get out of that. So I think that'll be enough. We'll see. But yeah, like I was saying, today is Sunday. Got up, went to the gym this morning, and I just did cardio. I've been getting into doing like the Stairmaster for my cardio because my Achilles tendon has kind of been bothering me again. If you've watched my channel for a little bit or follow me on Instagram, like at the beginning of this year, I was getting into like seriously working out and stuff, and I injured my Achilles tendon one day like running on the treadmill. Not too bad, but it was just enough where it kind of swelled up, and the doctor just said, you know, like I probably just pulled something in there, and you know, to just give it like a rest. So I like rested it for 8 weeks and it healed up. But every once in a while I have kind of like flare-ups with it. And I guess because I have been doing so much like HIIT cardio on the treadmill, it was just a lot for my ankle and for my Achilles tendon and everything. I'm gonna still try to scrape some more out of this. And so like I said, the treadmill was just being too rough on it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna try the Stairmaster and see how that goes, because I've never actually used the Stairmaster before and my gym has one. So I started using that this week, and that thing will seriously give you the best cardio workout ever, because it like gets your heart rate up like really fast, and it's pretty easy on your joints. I feel like even though you're stepping, I don't feel like it's rough on my knees, and it's more like low impact than like running on the treadmill. So, and you know, like I said, it gets your heart rate up really good, and it helps to like tone your legs up as well while like doing cardio. So that has been my cardio for the week. So this morning went to the gym and did the Stairmaster for like 30 minutes. And then I just like did, you know, just like a brisk walk on the treadmill for about 20 minutes. So I did 50 minutes of just like cardio this morning. I always feel like so accomplished when I finish a foundation. So this will be going in my beauty empties. And honestly, this doesn't have that much left in it either, so I'm probably gonna put that in my empties as well. Always feel super accomplished when I finish a foundation. And then for my concealer, I'm just gonna use my Revlon Candid. So I did that, and then I came home and made some coffee, jumped in the shower, and then after I got out of the shower, I like fixed some oatmeal. So I had that for breakfast, and then I just started filming for you guys, so. And I'm actually re-filming this video. I had filmed it yesterday, but I just was not happy with the footage. I don't know, I just felt like yesterday was kind of an off filming day for me. Like I wasn't as talkative, and I felt, I don't know, I just didn't like the way the video turned out. So I figured I would film it again today, and I feel like a lot more talkative this morning. I might let Peps in because I can hear her crying. Let me let Pepper in. She probably won't stay in, but. Come on. We can't have you crying. Get in here. Okay, well. I guess she doesn't want to come in. I think she's like trying to wake Josh up because Josh is still sleeping. And that's why I have the door shut. As you can tell, I'm a morning person and Josh is not. For my powder, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. Oops. And like I was saying, so I didn't really like the way the video turned out yesterday, but like I told you all in the intro, I'm gonna be using some of the Wet n Wild stuff that they're releasing for the holidays. And I'll have to insert a clip from what I had filmed yesterday of the brush set, because since I used it, I took it out of the packaging. But that is the brush set that they have for the holidays this year. And I'm going to be using some of those brushes today and letting you guys know like what I think about them. So yesterday was the first day that I used them, and I really like the handles on these. I think they're really pretty. Like they have these little like kind of peachy coral rhinestones in the handle. It's just like a clear handle, and they kind of like move around, like you can hear them kind of shaking. And the brushes are really, really soft. Like I think these are even softer than like these brushes, or I don't know. I feel like maybe they're about the same softness, but these brushes are a little bit more dense. And this is supposed to be like their flat top foundation brush, but I used it yesterday for powder, and I feel like it worked really well. I don't know if you guys can hear the brush, like it rattling. The only thing is this brush is a little bit smaller than like the e.l.f. brush I would normally use, because I usually use the e.l.f. powder brush, which is shaped the same, but it's a little bigger, like as you can see. So, but yeah, I've still been enjoying the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. So just use that, and then I'll probably use a different brush to set my under eyes, because I don't really feel like they have a good brush in there for that. Like their highlighting brush would be good, but I'm going to use that for highlighting. So I'm just using my Real Techniques setting brush to set my under eye concealer with that Charlotte Tilbury powder. I went ahead and filled in my eyebrows and also primed my eyelids with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'll link down below what I used on my brows. So now I'm going to go ahead and use this Wet n Wild Color Icon 32 pan eyeshadow palette, and this is from their holiday collection. I have seen this palette at Walgreens, and I've also seen the brushes at Walgreens. So this is what the palette looks like. It's $15. I'm not for sure how much the brushes are. I'll have to put it in the video. Like they sent me a little insert because I got this stuff in PR from Wet n Wild, and I do not know what happened to the insert. Like I think it got thrown out. So, but this is what it looks like, and I have used this palette over the week, and I do really like this. I feel like the quality of the eyeshadows in this palette are just like their 9 or 10 pan. Is this 10? Yeah, they're 10 pan eyeshadow palettes. So yeah, I feel like the mattes are really great quality, and I've only used like this like shimmery shade and this one down here, and I feel like both of those worked really well. Like they were both pigmented. I haven't used any of the other ones yet, so I don't know how they are, but like this bottom row of like neutral mattes are really nice, and those two shimmery colors are nice, and it's a magnetic closure, and I feel like this is a really good size palette to have 32 eyeshadows. Like for reference, I'm trying to find a palette that's close to the same size. Let's see, like this is the ColourPop like build your own palette, and it's roughly like the same size as that. So it's not, I mean, it's a good like medium sized palette, but it's not too big and obnoxious. So I do really like this. And then they also sent their Mega Glow highlighting palette from their holiday collection, and I feel like they've come out with this palette at other times, like they've had it before. This is also like a magnetic closure, and it comes with White Lily, Blossom Glow, Botanic Dream, and Golden Flower Crown, which I can only really use these two. The shades over here are a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but we're going to be using that today as well. First, I'm going to go in with this shade here, and I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm just going to use this blending brush that comes in that holiday set, and I guess I'll also zoom in so you guys can see better. But I feel like this blending brush works really well. I do really like this for just like a all over crease brush. I don't think this would be a good blending brush to be super detailed like in the outer V, but it's good for just like blending just in the crease. And I do feel like the mattes in this palette blend out really well. I don't have issues with fallout, so I actually really enjoy this little holiday palette. I think it's a really cool palette to have, especially if you don't have a lot of Wet n Wild eyeshadows, or maybe you don't have a lot of palettes with color, because it does have a lot of colorful shades in here, even though it also has some nice neutrals as well. Like this week I just did neutral eye looks, you know, for work, and I really like the way that the looks turned out. I think the only thing that this palette's really missing is like a matte white. I always like for my palettes to have like a matte white shade. And my hands are so dry right now. Like I don't know if you can see it, my knuckles. Like this time of the year, I wash my hands like a crazy person because I don't want to get sick. And it really dries my knuckles out really bad. Like I need to get some sort of like eczema, however you say that, cream for my hands, because it's almost like it gives it eczema because it's eczema. Yeah, eczema. I'm going to use my e.l.f. brush for this because I just really like an angled brush like this to apply like my brow bone highlight. But I'm going to go in with this shade here. It's kind of like a matte cream, but it's a little bit more on the yellow side. Just going to use that as my brow bone highlight. So like me personally, I would rather the shade be like a little lighter for my skin tone, but I'm sure for most people, like with a medium skin tone, it would work fine. I have a few stray hairs. Grab some of this shade, and I'm gonna use the shader brush that comes in that holiday palette from Wet n Wild. And I'm just gonna pack that color all over my lid. I'm not the biggest fan of this shader brush from that Wet n Wild brush collection. I don't feel like it does the best job with picking up shadows. I mean, like, it's okay, but I feel like I like my other Wet n Wild like small concealer brush better, or like my Sigma shader brushes. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. I guess I just get so used to my other shading brushes that I use on a daily basis that sometimes it's like you get used to what you're used to. And then for the outer V, yesterday I used this brush in their little collection, but I did not like this brush to blend in the outer V, and they don't really have a good like outer V blending brush in that collection. So I'm gonna use just my Sigma E25 blending, and I'm gonna grab some of this shade here. And if you're curious about my nails, they're just press-on nails from Kiss. And I know that like Kiss has like a couple of different like styles, I guess, like different types of nails. And these are the impression nails, like the ones that already have the adhesive on the nails and you just literally press them on. And they were from like a limited edition, like Halloween, I guess, collection that they had at Target. So I don't know, I thought they were really cute. The only thing with those nails is I feel like they don't sometimes get all the way on your nail, especially at the tip of your nail. And I don't really like that because I feel like moisture can get underneath of there, and that's what can cause your nails to get like, you know, like fungus or something. So I'm probably gonna take these nails off today. So I don't know, I don't really recommend those impression nails, at least if you have nail beds like mine that are like longer. Like I have a really long nail bed. Like, I mean, they're really cute. I just wish that there wasn't like that gap. So I'm probably gonna take those off. I put them on yesterday and then, but the brand of Kiss nails that I like is just like their regular ones that you use the nail glue with. Like those nails are so good. Like they last all week long and you don't have to worry about like getting, you know, gaps where moisture can get in, because that will adhere like right to your nail and they stay on really well. So that is the style that I recommend. I've really been getting into those press-on nails. Getting off on a tangent. Another thing that I felt like that brush set was lacking is a pencil brush, because I use a pencil brush all the time for my makeup looks. I'm gonna use that same color that I used in my crease first, and I'm just gonna smudge that on my lower lash line. But yeah, I mean, I think this little palette is good for like a $15 drugstore palette. I don't know, I really like it. I think if you like Wet n Wild eyeshadows, I think you will enjoy this little palette. And I was surprised when they sent this to me because I had no idea that they were coming out with like a palette for their holiday collection. I follow Wet n Wild on Instagram and I hadn't seen any post about it, but maybe I like missed the post. Now I'm just gonna use the dark brown that I used in the outer V. I'm just gonna use my Physicians Formula Eye Booster in Ultra Black. I wasn't gonna do winged liner, but it kind of turned into it. Like I was just gonna do like where it was kind of upturned a little bit, but then I didn't like the way it looked, and so I added like more of a wing. So I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the black, the matte black in this palette, because I want to kind of make this a little deeper out here. But if you guys would like for me to use this palette again and do like maybe more of a colorful look with it, maybe even more so like a holiday look, let me know down in the comments and I will totally film that for you guys. And then I'm gonna zoom back out. It's like I go back and forth with not covering the window up because I feel like the lighting isn't the best, because it's like this side of my face is more lit than this side. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the lighting's more even when I cover up the window. And then for my bronzer contour, I'm gonna use my NYX blush in Taupe. And first I'm gonna use the contour brush that's in that kit, or in that collection, that brush collection. And I do feel like this contour brush works really well for contouring. I think with this brush collection, I like the face brushes a little more than the eye brushes. I'm just like super picky when it comes to eye brushes. And I feel like with face brushes, like the brushes don't have to be as precise as it is with like your eye brushes. And then I'm gonna use the powder brush for bronzing, which I used that yesterday and that worked out really well. This brush is super soft and it kind of like comes tapered to a point, so I do feel like it's good for bronzing because of that. And then I'm gonna take some of that on my neck and on my jawline. And I mean, I think with this brush too, it would be good if you wanted to kind of contour your nose a little bit, which maybe I'll do a little bit of that so you guys can see. But this brush reminds me of the e.l.f. contour brush. Except for I think this brush is a little bit softer, but the shape of it is the same. I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm the best at nose contouring because I never contour my nose. Okay. Okay, and then for my blush, I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild blush in Rosé Champagne. And I believe this is the blush brush in the collection, but it works well as a blush brush. And this is similar to the Morphe R10, I think. Like, here's the Morphe R10, and then here's the Wet n Wild one. The Wet n Wild brush is a little bigger, but it's essentially like the same, you know, shape. And it's, once again, super soft. And I'll do my mascara at the end after I like mist my face with my setting spray. Okay, and then let's move on to the highlighting palette. Have yet to use this. I haven't used this yet. I have Blossom Glow in my collection already, so I think I might try to use this Lily, the White Lily one. And I'm gonna use the highlighting brush. Get my mirror closer to me because I feel like I can't see anything. I do really like the highlighting brush in that collection. Yeah, this just sort of has a pink iridescent glow. Like, I'm pretty sure these other ones are just not, like, they're too colorful for me to use. Yeah. But I definitely can use Blossom Glow too. So, I mean, if you're the same skin tone as me, you're only going to be able to use these two shades. But I feel like if you were medium, you could probably get away with all of the shades in this little palette. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mist my face, and I'm just gonna use my, I think I might use my Anastasia Dewy set. I'm like kind of back and forth with this. I can't decide if this makes my face like break out or not. I used it the other day and didn't have any issues, so I'm gonna try to use this again and see. Maybe the time before I was just having, maybe something else was affecting my skin, I don't know, but. I really like the smell of this. It kind of smells like coconut, And I love the packaging on that. It's so pretty. But it gives my face like a slight subtle like dewiness, like a slight glow. So just gonna let that dry and then I'll come back and we'll finish out this look. Went ahead and fixed my hair and put my clothes on, and I did my mascara off camera, so I'll link down below what I used. And then for my lips, I picked up this new lipstick from Revlon, and this is one of their cream formulas in the color Nude Fury. And it's a really pretty like brown nude, which is my favorite type of nudes. Well, one of my favorite type of nudes to wear. So first I'm just gonna line my lips with this Maybelline lip liner in Gone Greige. Hope that you guys enjoyed this Chatty Get Ready with me today. If you do enjoy these types of videos from me, be sure to give this a thumbs up or let me know down in the comments. And if you are new and would like to subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you are already subscribed to my channel, make sure you click the notification bell. That way you will know as soon as I post a new video, especially now that I don't have a set video schedule anymore. You know, that way it's just gonna let you know as soon as I get a video up. But I hope that you guys have a great week. Thank you for taking some time out of your morning to get ready with me today. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.